How's everyone doing? It is January 30th, 2019. This is vlog number 5. I am coming to you from Dallas, Texas, and I had a couple thoughts that I wanted to share with you on the state of our country and some areas that are becoming increasingly concerning to me. So if I were to analyze what is taking place in the mentality of the people in our country, specifically what you hear in the media, what you would hear is something like this. I believe that the people on the left are angry because they think that everyone on the right is racist. People on the right are angry because they're tired of being called racist by the people on the left. That is the state that our country is in right now. But what I used to think were simply tactics that were being used by people to silence their opponents in order to promote their political agenda, I feel like those things are actually starting to take root. And people are actually just starting to believe these bad things about their fellow citizens that they interact with on a daily basis in this country. People are starting to look at other people and they're starting to judge them specifically because of the color of their skin. And the reason that this is happening is because we have heard since 2016 in the media, and it's ramping up now as we're getting ready for 2020, that if you have supported anything that Donald Trump has ever done since being in office, including voting for him, that must mean that you are a racist, bigot, sexist, or a homophobe. All of the above. The latest example where we see that this mentality was attempted to be enforced was a couple weeks ago at the pro-life rally. You've got the Covington, Kentucky Catholic boys that are all white. They're on a field trip to the pro-life rally. They're wearing MAGA hats. And a video comes up where we see a kid in a MAGA hat. And he's got this grin on his face. And we see a Native American banging on a drum. And it looks like he's doing chants. And it looks like all of the white kids from this school are all surrounding him and making fun of him. Now, the media ran with that story. It said, look how racist these kids are at this pro-life rally. They're from Kentucky. They're white. They're male. They are going to a Christian school. They have MAGA hats on. All of these things clearly show, and they're making fun of this Native American. All of these things clearly show the state of our country. People that support Donald Trump, they're all racist. Just look at this example. Except until later on that same weekend, longer videos came out that were from a more zoomed out perspective. And they captured more content. And you see that what actually was going on was there was a group of high school kids waiting for their bus to pick them up at the end of this rally. While they're standing there, there's a group of black activists called the Black Israelites that are hurling derogatory and racist and just really mean statements at these kids. So the kids start to do high school spirit chants to kind of just like ease up the tension. While this is going on, a guy, a Native American man, comes in with a drum, who, by the way, happened to be a left-wing activist who's done things like this before, goes up and he's banging the drum in the kid's face. The kid doesn't know what to do. He's just standing there. He's got this awkward look on his face. He's just trying to smile, trying to diffuse the situation. We found out about this from his own testimony because NBC actually brought the kid on for an interview after they realized that this other video came out, and they had to walk back their initial take on what this kid was doing. He was interviewed on the Today Show, and the kid was basically saying, like, no, we were just there, and I have all respect for this guy. We are not racist people. These things, anyways, My point is, we see these videos, and the moment that we see them, there's a moment of outrage of, look at these kids. Oh, they really are, all these white kids are just racist because they all love Donald Trump. If that's the first conclusion that you come to without analyzing anything else, you're looking at somebody based off of the color of their skin, and you are assuming certain things about them. That is incorrect, it's lazy, and it's wrong. We should not be judging anyone based off of the color of their skin and assuming things about them. Now, this is like going back to what used to be correct behavior 101 that we all agreed on. We were all in agreement. I think we all still are in agreement that you shouldn't look at people that have different skin colors and assume different things about them. But that's what we're starting to do. And it's starting to ramp up more and more as we're seeing everything becoming more political. And as 2020 comes up, we're going to see more of it. And so we need to be aware that this stuff is going to happen, and we can't allow it to affect the way that we see other people that we don't know, and we have no idea what their position on life is about anything. We cannot make judgments on people based off of the color of their skin. The latest example of this, there is a man who is a left-winger. His name is Howard Schultz, former CEO of Starbucks. He recently declared he's going to run as an independent for president. And up until that moment that he declared, he was good with the people on the left. He had no problems. He is a left-wing guy. But he's running now as a centrist. And so in response to that, you're going to see a lot of people, and it's already starting, where you're seeing publications and press saying derogatory things about him, such as, oh, well, here's another white billionaire who just wants to do what white billionaires do and be in charge of everybody. That type of analysis, completely detracting from what his policies might be, when they say that right off the bat, without even talking to him, these things are fueling what is going on in our country. Right now in our country, things are becoming more divided by groups of people. Blacks, whites, Hispanics, women, gay, straight, transgender. We're breaking everybody down into categories, and we are assuming the worst of them based off of these things. We all need to stop doing it. We need to start going back to where we see the good intentions in our fellow human beings that we live with, and we need to start treating them with dignity and respect and actually listening to points of views that are different from our own, instead of keeping fingers in our ears until the moment that they are done speaking, and then we take our fingers out and we start speaking, and then we yell at them and we brand them and we call them sexist, bigoted, homophobic, misogynist, you name it, in order to get them to agree with our point of view or to just be silent about it. These things need to stop. They're destroying the discussion in our culture. We no longer know how to disagree with each other with dignity and respect. We need to go back to that. The stereotyping needs to stop. And that's another thing. A lot of this stuff, it's not even racism, but it's taking stereotypes and blanket statementing people by the color of their skin, and then we're often conflating that with racism. So, if you look at me, a white guy, and just because of the color of my skin, if you say that I'm racist because of the color of my skin and nothing else, that is just as wrong as if I look at a black kid and I say he's a criminal. Completely incorrect. There is no way that you can determine these things. Completely wrong to assume these things about people just because of the color of their skin. We need to stop it. We need to go back to loving each other, assuming the best about each other, embracing the people around us, embracing the differences, and understanding that my political ideology does not affect my ability to do that. Yes, there are racist people out there for real. And the majority of the country, I would say if you were to take a poll of everyone that felt that racism was wrong, I'm going to go ahead and say that probably 95% of them would agree with that. I live in the state of Texas right now, where it's been branded and stereotyped by the media, along with every other red state, as racist. And I know a lot of people from here, they're not racist people. So we need to get past this. There are racist people in the state of Texas, but by and large, they are not all racist people. We need to stop blanket statementing people, assume the best about them, have discussion with them, listen to other people's points of view, find the good in what they're saying, leave the bad, and understand that if we disagree at the end of the day, we can still have a beer with them, embrace them, have them over for dinner, whatever. We need to go back to the days where we actually were united. We cannot allow stupid political parties who are going to just say whatever they need to say to get you to vote for them. We cannot listen to them and allow them to shape our viewpoints on reality, because that's what's happening. So those are my thoughts for tonight. Love you guys. I want you guys to give me your comments, give me your disagreements, any suggestions, whatever. Check out my Facebook page. It's called Believe You Me, where I talk about politics. I talk about nerdy things like sci-fi. I talk about spirituality, all of these things. Come check it out. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just check out Darren Keim. I'm also on Twitter at Darren Keim. I'd love to have you guys on there, and I will look forward to talking to you guys next week. Love you.